was gonna start this video by saying I don't believe in dating until after marriage, but if you couldn't already tell, I'm very single. But today I'm bringing you 3 manga where the main couple doesn't start dating until after marriage, because the old-fashioned way is boring as fuck. Let's get it. First up, I'm talking about the series with the beautiful, long-haired, mysterious Sukasa and their NASA boy. No, the other Sukasa and NASA. Tonikawa, Fly Me to the Moon, whatever you want to call it, it has like 3 different names. It's about Nasa Yuzaki, a kid who just wants to go to a great school, only to almost get sent to his next life because he saw a cute girl across the street. Sukasa ends up saving him. She says she only dates for marriage. He says, I bet. She leaves. 2 years later, she comes back. Bada bing, bada boom, they're married in like 3 conversations. Watching NASA and Sukasa slowly get closer together as the relationship shrinks is just really wholesome. It's nice to see. Speaking of characters, there's a pretty decent side cast and they all get their moments to shine and they all have their own individual relationships that you get to see throughout the series. And the best part about this one right now is that you can either read the manga, which I think is great, or you can watch the anime, which is also pretty good. By the way, that thing you think is happening with Sukasa, yes, that's definitely happening, and if you either read or watch it, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you couldn't already tell, I'm Texan, and as a Texan, there's a few rules we all follow. You don't disrespect Selena or Matthew McConaughey. You must always stop at a Buc-ee's on a road trip. Saying In-N-Out is better than Whataburger is sacrilegious. Remember the Alamo, and a good steak don't need no sauce. Speaking of steak, A Rare Marriage, How to Grill Our Love is just the perfect romance manga for all barbecue lovers. That fucking segue though. Oh shit, caught that on camera too. Kenta is just like your average 30-year-old Japanese man. Very lonely. Thinking he got stood up on a date, he leaves only to run into his date Chiryu. Trying to salvage their date, Kenta takes Chihiro to a yakiniku place and accidentally lets his passion for barbecue slip. After the two get a little closer, Kenta gets the news that he's being transferred to another location and he has to break things off with Chihiro. That's when she suggests they should just get married, and through the power of barbecue, the two grow closer. At first, just like normal people, they're shy around each other, but they slowly do grow more as a couple. And while it's not the deepest of developments, both characters grow not just as a couple, but as individual people, all through the power of cooking. And the best part is you get the ingredients in the story, so you can try to make the dishes yourself at home. This is the future liberals want, and I'm all for it. If you're like me and you watch way too many cooking shows and you enjoy a good rom-com even though you're incredibly lonely, A Rare Marriage, How to Grill Our Love is honestly the perfect story for you. I really hope that this gets a localized version here in the States because I'm pre-ordering that shit day one. Hopefully the localized name is like the right amount of heat or something because, well, to put it lightly, they're the only couple on this list who's canonically fucked. What happens when you take James Bond, the bride, and Professor Xavier as a cute little anime girl and throw them into a house altogether? You get Spy Family. Agent Twilight, the nation of Westalius' greatest spy, is given his next task to keep peace between them and the nation of Osania. In this mission, he's got to do the worst thing imaginable. Start a family. He goes to an orphanage. Through a bit of luck, he meets and adopts Anya, the cutest damn telepath imaginable. Shenanigans ensue, and through a bit of more luck, the two run into Your Briar, office attendant by day, mommy assassin by night. I should put that on the internet. Fuck it, it's going in. Things happen, they fake a marriage, and the Forger family is formed, which is a genius pun, by the way. So for this segment, I'm intentionally keeping it a little bit more vague than the other two, because think about it this way, out of all 3 manga I'm recommending today, I want you to read Spy Family the most. It is my favorite out of these 3, without question. The ongoing plot is fantastic. The action is dynamic and beautifully drawn. And don't get me started on the humor, some of the jokes genuinely had me laughing out loud. Twilight, aka Lloyd Forger, is a great spy protagonist. He's like James Bond if James Bond was a Kingsman. He's as suave as a spy should be, but when he gets his moments to be human, they leave an impact. Speaking of impact, Your Briar, aka Your Forger now, is such a fun character. She is ridiculously strong, she's incredibly funny, and she's a fantastic mother to my favorite character of the series, hands down, Anya. Anya is my favorite character. There's no question about it. She is incredibly funny. She is incredibly smart. Everything about her telepathy just adds so much more fun to the series. And that's not to mention how fucking hilarious some of her faces are. If we ever get an Anya Nendoroid without some of these faces that are on the screen right now, I will riot because we need these as figures already. And aside from the Forger family, the side casts are all equally funny and entertaining as everyone else. They all add their own fun dynamics to the story and will only add more as the story progresses. I see a long future not just for the manga, but for the anime as well. Spy Family is going to be a really big franchise, and it's already personally one of my favorite new gen shonen right now. Trust me, if I could find the physical manga, they'd be on my shelf. Except I got them already, bitch! That's enough of me gushing about the series. Let me talk about the main point of the video, which is the relationship between Lloyd and Yor. Despite both parties lying to each other about who they really are, and are only in this relationship to keep suspicion off themselves, they quickly end up caring for each other. I won't spoil it, but one of my favorite scenes in the early chapters is when Lloyd is about to completely ruin his mission to defend Yor, a woman who he barely knows and barely has a real relationship at this point. But it's just such a human and caring moment. It's just stuck with me throughout this time I've been reading the series. And even though this is a fake family and the Forger family all knows it, they all genuinely care about one another whether they know it or not. And it's a given that whenever the manga is gonna end, that Lloyd and Yor are gonna end up together. And when they do, they're going to be one of the hottest anime couples. It's not even a question, like, this is hot. I don't even have a joke, I'm just gonna fade out into the outro. So that about does it for this video. Go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Leave a comment where the couple doesn't start dating until after marriage, because that's the good Christian way. I'm hoping to make more content this year. Unfortunately, my job schedule has been kicking my ass, but that's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna try to keep making more videos this year. I should really learn how to write an outro. I'm gonna go touch some grass or something. Peace.